Hi, and thanks for tuning in into this demo about Odoo for e-commerce. We'll be using Puzzle in a Bag as our demo use case. Puzzle in a Bag is a mainly D2C seller of puzzles in a creative packaging and with creative puzzles in them. They have different sales channels, both B2B and B2C. They use Active Ants as their fulfillment partner, and they use Odoo to bring everything together into one system. So this is their Odoo for e-commerce setup. They have Shopify, Bol.com, and Amazon as their main B2C sales channels. They also have a B2b Web Shop, which I will show you later, and they use a CRM for the follow-up of their regular sales to retailers and to see and to create also quotes and orders from there. So first, I'm going to show you the Shopify flow. So orders come in from Shopify to Odoo, are synchronized to Odoo. Then they are also synchronized to Active Ants, their logistical partners. And once Active Ants has fulfilled the order, that status is also synced back to Odoo, meaning that the delivery order in Odoo is validated and the stock levels are decreased. So I'll show you this use case first. All right, so in this case, we have 3 Shopify stores that are connected to Odoo, the one for the German store, the French store, and the Dutch and Belgium store. All those orders are grouped here. So here you can see all your Shopify sales orders. Every order has a invoice that is automatically generated in Odoo and marked as paid if paid by an instant payment method like Bankcontact. Every order also has a delivery slip that is generated because we have, of course, to deliver this product to the client. And this sales order is then synced to Active Ants. And Active Ants is one of the largest e-fulfillment centers in Belgium, backed by bpost. The orders are all synchronized instantly to their backend system. And once they have fulfilled the order, we receive a status in Odoo, and the delivery slip is validated, meaning the status is changed to done, and the stock levels for these 2 products are decreased by 1 in Odoo. This means that you have a real-time and actual stock of all of your products at Active Ants or another logistical partner in Odoo. So you can view your stock levels in Odoo without having to go to their system to check how much stock you still have. I'll elaborate on that in a couple of minutes. So, same principle goes for Bol.com. All the orders of Bol.com are synced to Odoo, and they can be FBR, so fulfillment by retailer or by Active Ants, or they can be FBB, meaning that Bol.com does the fulfillment themselves. And in this case, we also had an overview of the stock in the Bol.com warehouse, because we've set up our configuration so that we have a separate warehouse in Odoo where we can view the stock that is in the Bol.com warehouse. And this way you can see that which stock you have in the Active Ants warehouse, which stock you have in the Bol.com warehouse, and which stock you have in your internal warehouse. So a centralized stock overview in one system is, of course, a handy thing. And in the future, the Amazon warehouse will also be added, because we will add the Amazon integration and its FBA. So we will add it to this overview. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is their B2b web shop. If you're a business who sells both B2B and B2C, this is of course a very nice thing to have in one system. We have created a B2B web shop for Puzzle and Bag, which is pretty basic right now. But how it works is that as a B2B retailer, you can request an account. And once you have been granted access, you can view the shop page and you can purchase the products online. And as Puzzle in the Bag, you can set your price list so that you can make sure that the right retailers get the right prices. You can do this. You can create a price list for every retailer, or you can create certain groups and create price lists for those groups. But this means that if they log in into your B2B platform, that they will see the prices that you want them to see. And there are multiple ways you can do this. So you can use a restricted B2B web shop like we did here, where you have to request an account, or you can set it on open, meaning that anyone can buy products from your B2B web shop as long as they have a VAT number. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. Also, a nice thing for those B2B clients is the customer portal, because you know that they want to see their invoices, you know that they want an overview of their orders and so forth, and this can all be viewed here in your account. And here you can see all the invoices of the purchases that you have made as a B2B retail client, all of the orders, all of the quotations that have been created for you. So you have a nice overview of everything, and you don't need to call Puzzle in a Bag to get the invoice of of a payment that has been done a couple of months ago. No, you can just view them in your client portal. So this is a very nice thing to have as a e-commerce enterprise who both sells B2B and B2C. As yeah, it doesn't inconvenience you that you have to send invoices manually upon request of your clients. So we've covered a couple of sales channels, Shopify, Bolt.com, our B2B web shop, but we also have our CRM. Our CRM is just a regular CRM. If you have salespeople who go to retailers and talk to them face to face, or they call them up, and you want to follow up those leads, you can use this CRM to do that. You can create quotations directly from the CRM. You can add products to them. You can send them to the client, confirm them to a sales order, and if you've set up everything correctly, they will be synced to your 3PL, or they will be fulfilled from your internal warehouse. That's all up to you how you want to do it, but everything is possible. And then you can, of course, create an invoice all by the click of a button. You only have to do manual entry once when creating the quote. And now you have created the customer invoice, which is in draft version. Okay, it looks okay. Let's confirm it and book it, and then we can send it with a payment reference. And once you have paid, it will be marked as paid automatically. Pretty neat, isn't it? So that's for all our sales channels that we've covered. So both B2B and B2C. You must know that there are more possibilities if you want to. If you want to add more marketplaces, then there are integrations with platforms like Channel Engine, and there are definitely more possibilities if you want to. So now that we've covered everything regarding sales, what about keeping your stock high enough, right? Because we're selling, but we have to make sure that we don't run out of stock. This is also something that can be taken care of in Odoo. as we have our purchasing, inventory, and manufacturing applications. Let's go back to our inventory module. So first of all, we have our inventory report where we can see all of our stock for all the products and all locations, or you can check them per warehouse. So that's one thing. So you have an actual overview of all your stock. But another thing that you can use are Odoo standard reordering rules, which are basically rules that you can set with a minimum quantity, so that they, when they go under the minimum quantity, so for example, if this 2021 bike Dutch version goes under the 50 units quantity, then something will happen. Something will trigger, and that can be either a purchase order if the route set on that product is manufacturing, or it can be a RFQ, a request for quotation for your vendor, if the route set on that product is buy. So these replenishments, as we call them, will all be organized in this view. And if you check them once in a while, or if you want, you can set some warnings so that you actually receive a warning. But the only thing you have to do is just create an RFQ by clicking on order once, or you can automate those creations of RFQs by clicking on automate orders. So in this case, let's click on order once. And as you can see, a purchase order has been generated. Let's go to it. All right, so a purchase order has been generated for our puzzle. And the only thing we need to do is just click on confirm order, and a purchase order will be generated with a receipt for our the receival of our goods, and that's it. Same principle for our manufacturing. If a product is manufactured instead of bought from a vendor, then it would have created a manufacturing order in draft version, and everything would have been triggered for your production. All right, so I think this is a good way to finish off. Some other things to mention are that you can put your whole accounting in Odoo as well. So now we just have our invoicing in Odoo, but there's accounting module as well. So if you want to boost your efficiency even more by having a fully integrated accounting solution in Odoo as well, then yeah, you can do that. You can add a point of sale as well to Odoo. So there's also a module for that. So if, for example, you have some stores, some brick and mortar stores, then you can add the point of sale module, and that will also help you. And one last thing to mention is that because we are getting all of this data, all of these orders in one place, so from all the sales channels, from our warehouses and stuff like that, we can create a lot of powerful reporting and analytics as we have all this data in one place. All right, so that was the last thing I wanted to mention. Thanks for joining me on this demo. And if you have any questions or you want to see more specific things, you can always reach me on my email. Thanks.